Well, joining me on the news to discuss the current development in the ruling All Progressives Congress is Victor-Okhai, political affairs analyst. Well, thank you very much for joining us on the news. Now, with this recent development, the APC has zoned presidency to the south and chairmanship to the north. Now, how do you think this will help the APC's chances of winning the election in the coming 2023 general elections?
Well, what the APC has simply done is, first of all, think about its future in terms of survival. The reason is simple. If you look at the origin of the party in the very beginning, what they had in common was the fact that they wanted to, oust the ruling party at the time, which is the People's Democratic Party. So you had different parties coming together and forming a coalition to do that. And so the past 8 years have been a period of trying to manage through consensus this particular, whether you call it contraption body or whatever. And so what they have tried to do in this particular case is to make sure that the party does not implode, that, there's a sense of belonging and that, somehow they're able to accommodate all views so that they can look at the longer interests, the longer term interests of the party. And that's basically what they've done here, to ensure that, first of all, the party survives, and then they can sort out all of the issues, whether the presidency and all the others. And don't forget, that there are breakaway factions already, and people are already beginning to come together to form new parties. And if the House it does not get itself together now, then obviously after 2023 there may not be anything left of the party. We just find a ragtag party.
All right, now, Okhai, talking about the zoning. Now, the meeting between the governors and the president came out with some definite resolutions and, the swap of some posts within the party. Should these things not come naturally? Like, should these things not just be a given? Now, that is talking about zoning to different geopolitical zones. Shouldn't they just come naturally?
Well, it has been the tradition, not only in the APC, but in all other parties, to zone positions so that you do not get a preponderance of or a domination of one part of the country for the rest. So that is normal. What may not be, it's not necessarily entrenched in the constitution, but it's something which they have found out over time, parties have found out over time, helps in creating a sense of belonging and cohesion and sort of unity among the parties. So to that extent, it's a tradition that has come to stay, particularly for party offices. Now that may be a different matter when it comes to the issue of, elections, like at the presidential level. That you may say you zone, it is not constitutional, and no one is bound necessarily to abide by it, although some would argue that for the sake of equity and justice, if a particular part has been ruling for a period of time, it may only appear fair that you give the other part of the country a shot at the presidency as well.
Well, Victor-Okhai, political affairs analyst, thank you for joining us on the news and for your contribution.